What's up, YouTube? Welcome to Zippy TV. If you're new to the channel, man, hit that sub button. Don't forget to turn on notification bell on. Don't forget to like, comment, and you share. Yes, sir. We're back again with another reaction video. Bro, this one is a 25-minute video, right? It's a very touching topic. It's a topic that you cannot just pick or you cannot just say what. It's like you gotta watch what you say when you talk on this topic. It's like a question. It goes, did slavery affect your family? African versus African Americans. So it's gonna kind of be like a debate, a conversation. I don't know, but I'm going to give my on the tip when it comes to the topic. Yo.
I just sent you an email. She just should work on it tomorrow morning.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, bro.
So it's a topic that you really need to be careful with it, but I'm going to watch it. We're going to watch it together, and I'm going to give my opinion on how I feel about it. I haven't watched it yet. Somebody just sent it to one of my classmates because they know I'm from Africa, so I'm always going to have like a different perspective. So let's watch it together, man. Y'all make sure y'all run it to 300 like.
I came here to better my life, and I feel like me coming from Africa, I came here to better my life, and I feel like personally we need to stop using the word racism when we don't get something or when something don't go our way, and just
let me jump in real quick. No disrespect, but racism exists, and I have to acknowledge it, and I can't just ignore it. But what I can do is not buy into the system.
This is gonna be hard, guys. I'm just gonna let y'all know right now. I haven't watched it yet, but I know it's gonna be hard.
Step forward if you agree.
Africans, Americans.
Slavery affected my family.
Step forward if you agree.
Yeah, I mean, that's just evident in my last name, King. I mean, that's the brand of the slave owner that put that name on my family all those years ago, and I'm still wearing it in those ways, along with the compounded, economic disparity, social disparity, mental trauma, all of that. I mean, it's tethered forever.
So to go back to slavery and talk about post-traumatic stress disorder, it has never stopped. So there is no post. What my great-grandparents were teaching my grandparents, who taught my mother, who taught me, came from what they learned through slavery. So there's a lot of fear, a lot of insecurity, a fear of society, a fear of law enforcement. So slavery has made a major impact where the low self-esteem is consistently reoccurring. I think for me, growing up in Los Angeles, California in the early 1960s, there was a stereotype that I didn't want to be black, I didn't want to be African because we come from Africa or we're slaves. So I want to be a Chinese boy, I want to be Bruce Lee. So growing up like that, I didn't like myself and who I was. I didn't like the color of my skin or the way that I spoke. So I emulated other people. I wanted to be something that I was not.
It's very saddening when you can literally only go back a couple generations and then it's like, the documents just don't exist. There's no record. It's like, my family has completely been erased. In that same point too, in the time that we've been here, we've created an incredible culture and we have so many things to be proud of. And I always reframe the narrative myself and I speak of my ancestors that were enslaved as, doctors and healers. And it's like, we were taken because we were talented,
right.
Because we had skills to offer. And we built this country, so.
And still building.
And still building, that's something to take pride in, so.
Can the disagree step forward?
I have a take that I'm going to say on this, like the slavery affected your family. I can't kind of say yes, I can't kind of say no. Back on me, I think there's a certain point in life, like it don't matter where you came from, it don't matter what you have gone through. You just have to take it for what it is and you move forward. You can't sit back and you make excuses why you're not being successful in life because something that happened 100 years ago. Or you can't sit there and you want to blame that on something that you cannot change it. It happens already. We can't run that shit back. But what we can do is fast forward it and past it. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it don't affect anybody, but it's going to depend how you treat it.
slavery didn't affect my family, but we did.
Oh shit! He's from my country, man. He's a Cameroonian. What's up, brother? Prosper. Oh, damn. Bro, what a small world, man. He's from Cameroon. Let's hear his own opinion.
It suffered different type of slavery back home. Like we went through colonization. Like I am Bamileke. There was a massacre of Bamileke. You guys can like look it up. They killed like more
Tribal
than
wars.
300,000 of my
dangerous,
people
bro.
because
I
we
read that in
didn't
history.
want to assimilate to the French culture. But it's still nothing compared to what you guys ancestor like been through. You know.
I wouldn't want to minimize that pain, though. What you just said hurt me. That 300,000 people.
That's a fucking excuse, man. What you just said hurt me. So what you gonna say about First World War? What you gonna say about the Second World War, bro? People dying every day. I'm not trying to be an asshole, but it's like a lot of people stand on this slave thing and they don't want to do good in life and they make it for excuse. A lot of people just use it for excuse. It's like they don't have no reason, bro. Like they don't have a reason.
People were killed because they would not conform to the colonization of the French people. So that is just as painful and hurtful as the trauma that we suffered here in America.
I can't
That's how he
share the
feels?
same experience that you have went through and your family, even though we also had our own type of slavery. We had apartheid at the time, you know,
South
where the
Africa,
Dutch
in the
people
building.
took over and they wanted to just have South Africa, Namibia, and I think other countries where we could only just speak Dutch. It's somehow still happening even now. There's like a place in South Africa where it's called Orania, you know, and it's just Dutch people there. No black person is even allowed there. So we still somehow feel that oppression even now, but it's nothing compared to what your ancestral history, you know, has gone through. I'm somehow happy that you guys have forgiven it, even though you haven't forgotten it. Have you forgiven it? I mean, like the face, like.
Do that. But me personally, no, I haven't. But I want to work through the change. But no, I have not forgiven because it's a system that's still going on. And from what I'm hearing from you guys, there's a system that's still going on in Africa.
Bro, this system is gonna be there forever, bro. It's gonna be there forever, bro. Like when it comes to colonization, like in Africa they say it's not there, but it's like they may not be there presently, but they have invested a lot in Africa up to an extent where Africa now owe them debts. Like we're paying them back, even though they are not there physically on a daily basis. They have a lot of things that they have invested into Africa that we still pay them. That's the colonialism, you know. But we still need those things. It's not like we don't need them. They help us, even though we're paying more taxes on it. But it's just how life is. It's business.
As well, and
On
it's a war on us.
Racism is the main cause of poverty among black people in America.
Nope. False. I deny that.
Racism is a very big issue that talking about it, I'm really trying to be careful to not like say anything that will be insensitive. If opportunity is...
This whole topic is a very sensitive topic, bro. A lot of people going to hurt, a lot of people going to agree, a lot of people not going to agree on it.
Right here, they will give it to people of other race than African American and Africans too. So if there's a job that maybe have math requirement, I feel like they'll pick an Asian person, or they believe, oh, African Americans will not dress appropriate, so they will pick another person. They will always like pick people that are not black over people that are black.
And I also think, I think the crucial missing point when we talk about economic disparity, time is the most valuable currency. And if you have a stock that's like the American dream is the stock, and during all that time, all that asset, the American dream was appreciating, and you're not allowed to take out business loans, you're not allowed to read, you're not allowed to write, you had to first fight to become 3/5 of a citizen, then you got Jim Crow, and then you got everything else. It's like, you're now having to buy in at a price so high because the time is irreparable. You can't get that back. One black person today cannot, in one lifetime, achieve what generations of white families were able to do simply because they didn't have to compete with us to do it.
Yeah, I agree with you totally.
Yeah, I was thinking, just like you said, from a historical standpoint, we start with slavery, then that's centuries, generations of stolen labor, like you said. Then we get into Jim Crow, which is just an extension of that. Then we have redlining, we have mass incarceration, we have events like the bombing of Tulsa and Rosewood in Florida and all these different examples of our wealth being decimated. And I don't say that to come from a defeatist or a victim mindset, but I think if we just have an honest conversation about history and what we've gone through when we've been here, racism is definitely a big part of that. And there are a lot of successful Black Americans, a lot of millionaires, a lot of, business owners, but they're exceptions for sure for a reason. And there's a big difference between income and wealth. I would like to challenge the ideal that African Americans are lazy or that we don't have a good work ethic. I think there's this perception that, we're here, we're in America, how are we not doing better for ourselves? So
I just think the thing is they get comfortable and they have like certain reason that they want to use for excuse. One, slavery, another one, racism. Like, yes, that's one. Because if you look like a lot of Africans, when they come into America, they work hard. A lot of them. Or not only Africans, other countries, apart from America or born in America. When they get in America, they have one dream, is to hustle and take care of people back home. But with most Black Americans, they are already here, they're comfortable, right? Maybe you're living with your grandma, you don't have to pay no bill, you don't have to help nobody, you just have to pay your phone bill and get what to eat. But if you come from another country, you have a lot of people depending on you being here. So you have to work more harder. You know what I mean? So I just think, yes, you guys are kind of lazy to a point, or you guys feel comfortable up to the extent where it affects you guys. That's what I can say. And most of them, like most of our brothers, Black Americans, is like, we don't want to go to college. When we graduate high school, we think we have the biggest degree in the world. We don't want to go to college.
I thought I was going to be the only one staying. I was going to be like, oh, I'm about to be like Kanye West. But okay, there's a lot of things we can use as an excuse to hold us back, to not to reach our potential. But it's up to us to look past that. Like me coming from Africa, I came here to better my life, my family. I'm the only one here. And since I have been here, there's a lot of bad things that happened to me. There's also a lot of good things that happened to me. Us African or African American, we need to look past racism and just focus on our own goal. Like, what do we want to achieve? We need to stop using the word racism when we don't get something or when something don't go our way, and just keep trying.
Bro, I don't meet Black people that are racist. Black are Black. You know what I mean? I don't meet Black people that are really racist. I don't meet white people that are racist. I don't meet good Black people. I don't meet good white people. Like, all of that, to me, I don't look at it when it comes to color. I look at it when it comes to your heart.
So let me jump in real quick. No disrespect, but racism exists, and I have to acknowledge it.
It does exist.
And I can't just ignore it.
Races,
but what I can do is not buy into the system. If I want to do something, let me be the entrepreneur. What I believe happened in the 1960s is that we started looking for equal rights, to be equal with other people. And what we stopped doing, and I heard you talk about Tulsa, we stopped using the Black-owned businesses. Now, because you guys got to understand, the Fair Housing Act in 1968, I'm 5 years old. That's when we could move off the east side of LA and move into other subcultures. So what I wanted to do at 8 years old was go to IHOP. I didn't want to go to the Ma and Pa restaurant anymore. I wanted to go to, let's go eat at the hotels. So what we did is stop supporting each other and started supporting corporate America. So the racism plays a major part, but we don't have to buy into it.
I've been waiting to disagree with you, my brother. I'm waiting patiently. The thing is, even though I want to disagree with you, I get where you're coming from. When I see Black people talking about racism, all that stuff, I'm like, what is wrong with these people? You guys have food, you have EBT, all these things, and you're here shouting about somebody is racist too. Just leave that person and move on. I feel that way. Like, why are they always complaining? But when Black Lives Matters started happening, I sat down, I said, I need to actually know.
It's good she brought the Black Lives Matter, right? Black Lives Matter, it was a campaign hosted by Black people, and they stole $2 million, bro. $2 million. Y'all stole a lot of money. Where did all that money go to? You know what I mean? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Y'all stole a lot of money, bro. Y'all don't take accountability of what y'all do. Y'all want to sit here and blame people. I don't know, man. I just think different. I don't know. But to me, it's like when you take accountability of what you do, It makes life better and easy on both parts. On both parts. You can't sit there and you make a campaign for Black Lives Matters, but at the same time, you're stealing those money to go buy a mansion for yourself. Really? Make that make sense.
Know why these people are pained. And if we look at the history, what they've done to them, like if you actually sit down, watch some documentaries, how they were maltreated, I don't think if I'm actually born, I will forgive those people. I don't care. It's easier for us Africans that were raised in Africa to feel like they're complaining because we were raised through struggle. Like I barely even...
So, is it better to be raised through struggle? How can I even put this, bro? Because the thing is, most of the people that complain about racism or complain about slavery, they were not born during those periods. They were not there. They didn't experience it. They just grew up to carry it. It's different when you grew up to carry something than you were born, you witnessed it, you see it, you went through it.
Even have water, and you have water, you are complaining. But then it's not about the basic necessity or about how we are raised. We are raised like, I don't want to say way better. We might not have resources, but there are some way, like our own people will not look down on us or put us behind. So it's in their
that's lie. That's lie. Like us African, we are raised with the mentality of like, no matter what it is, you gotta go get it. That's the mentality. We are raised on that mambo mentality. Whatever what it is, you gotta go get it. You don't sit down and make no excuse. Because that excuse is not gonna help you at the end of the day. At the end of the day, you need food on the table. You're not gonna sit down and make excuses because my dad wasn't there in my life. I'm not gonna get better. No. Because my mom was a crack addict, I'm not gonna get better. No. Go make it better for the next people. That's African mentality, bro.
They're not sure that way. Like, they just can't overlook it. And if you sit down and watch everything that the forefathers have been through for real, I changed my mind. No, they need to be angry. However, they should still move forward.
So why aren't you angry? They are the same from Africans. They are our brothers and sisters that were brought here. Why aren't you angry? You should, if you think they should be angry, you should be angry too, bro. It's hot in here, bro. I don't know, man. I probably just think different or what. I don't know, bro. Like, I don't know. I would never sit and make excuses for my failure because of another person. What another person have done. I'm not refusing or I'm not denying how they feel, but it's just how I feel.
We have police brutality back home too.
Sure.
We have, like, if you go to Cameroon and then you see how that police officer treat us and they're black just like us, you're not even gonna believe it.
So how we gonna call that? By racism? Or black to black racism? It's everywhere, bro.
You know, and in Cameroon we have this. Have you guys heard of the word like tribalism? So
Yeah, it happens in Nigeria.
Yeah, so we do get oppressed too. And
I agree.
So when I'm saying like we need to like look past that, I'm not saying forget what happened to you guys or me. At the end of the day, we cannot just sit and just grieve on the past. We have to be able to move on, but not forget. If I could choose a place to live, it would obviously be my country. I love my country, but right now, my country is not the best choice for me. There's a little genocide going on in Cameroon right now. So many innocent lives are being taken. If I was still in my country, the opportunity that I have here, I would not have those opportunities there.
Hip hop reinforces stereotypes about the black community.
I want to see what they're going to say with this one. I just motherfucker on the block. Let's
In South
go.
Africa, we have our own version of hip hop, so we call it Kwaito. So they would rap in our own language in different, we call it Vernac. So back home, it kind of did reinforce some stereotypes because now when you go out in the world, people will just classify you under one group. And growing up, also looking at American entertainment, looking at the hip hop that's done here, I'm like, oh well, you're rapping about drugs, you're rapping about this. Of course it's going to happen. Of course you're going to go to jail. But getting...
They say the tongue has power. What you wish to yourself is going to come into existence. Use your tongue wisely. If you say, I'm going to be a millionaire one day, for sure you're going to be a millionaire. If you talk about, I want to be a drug dealer, for sure you're going to be a drug dealer. You know what I mean? You got to use your tongue wisely, bro.
Getting older, you see the culture as well of hip hop. I had to understand that there's a culture within that.
I was alive when hip hop started, and it was during a time where people rapped about what they saw, what they wanted in life. And then it became where people rapped about what they had been through, what they had gotten over. You know, used to sell drugs, used to hurt people, but now this is who they are. And I think it's gotten into now, and in our day and age now, it's where people are glorifying and wanting to pretend that these are the things that they do on a daily basis when it's not. So it went from storytelling to now really it's truly storytelling, but it's unhealthy for our culture.
Yes, bro. Like the storytelling now when it comes to hip hop is too much, bro. Like you're talking about you just killed another man. You're talking about you just took your brother's life, and it's like you're happy, you're smoking on it. You're smoking on it, and we're glorifying it, we're promoting it, we're pushing it. It's like being a black is like killing a black man. It's like it brings your status up, bro. It brings your status up.
Sure.
I don't want to on my radio and all I'm hearing is I put a bullet in it, something. Like I'm like, that's what you people do? No, like, and then it's like, it's all about like talking about female body type, the booty, the thing, like don't talk about my booty like that. So I don't want to listen to something that portray me as a female that way, or something that is talking about how you put bullets in my head. Like if you actually do not come to America and see for yourself, you would think that most African Americans are carrying guns around and they just shoot randomly, or they just grab your ass or something like that. That's the way the music portray them. And music is a very important element in our society because it influences a lot of people, both young and adult. And then they kind of see all those stuff and they act like that, even though that's not what they really want to be. They act like that and be.
Music is a form of therapy, man. You just gotta know what you want. You just gotta pick what kind of music you want to listen to. You know what I mean? Music is very good. But a lot of bad music is out here nowadays.
Behave like that. Like if all these rappers are your role model, then you want to be like them. You want to be cool too. So in the end, it's about like the people that are packaging the music, and sometimes about trend is what people want to hear.
The American dream is only for white people.
Nah, I don't think so. No. American dream is for everybody, man. American dream is mostly for foreign country coming to America to just like better living standard, better opportunities. You don't have to be rich to live American dream, right? When you say American dream, it's up to what you make it. So let me say if I was in my country and I was eating 1 time a day, and I come to America, I'm eating 2 times, and I make sure people back in my country are eating 3 times a day instead of that 1 time that they were eating before. I'm living that American dream. Like, to me, I take it different. It's providing to others. That's the dream. But let me see their mindset on that.
I believe that the American dream is only for white people because it says equal. And when we talk about equal, there's no equality between the 1%, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the Trumps, and the people who really run the media and things of that nature. So for black people growing up in America and living in America, we could become rich, we could become wealthy, but we are not on the equal playing field of white America. The system of white supremacy, which is in the law enforcement, which is in the judicial system, which is in the prison industrial association, also in the politics. We are not equal in any of those terms.
When I was back there and when you were speaking, I started thinking like, could we ever actually, as black people, have the American dream here in America?
You guys are born in the dream already. It's dependent on you. Do I want to make this dream come true or I don't want to? Bro, you guys are born with a silver spoon in your mouth. Choose to. Do I want this dream or I don't want to, bro? Yeah, you guys got this dream, bro. Like, y'all have this dream. Like, what the fuck y'all talking about, man? I'm mad at this point, bro. Like, what kind of dream y'all want? Y'all should go to Africa. And then y'all not gonna, y'all wouldn't even fucking leave. If y'all feel like there's no dream here for you guys, go to Africa. Let me see. Go taste it somewhere, bro. How you born in a silver spoon in a gold spoon and you crying. You're going to choose if you're going to make this dream right or not.
And I don't know if we really can, I'm trying to be careful with my words, but I do think there needs to be a degree of separatism. And when you were speaking, I started thinking, like, could we ever actually, as Black people, have the American dream here in America? And I don't know if we really can.
Right in front of you.
I'm trying to be careful with my words, but I do think there needs to be a degree of separatism. Like, Black people, we really need to have our own to fully take part in that dream.
This is their system.
Yeah.
Why would we dream of being equal in a system that wasn't designed for us?
That's where the problem is. Forget about them, bro. Why you thinking about them too much? Why you focusing about somebody too much? Why? They're not going to put food on your table. They're not going to pay your kid tuition. That's where the problem is. You are leaving what the main problem is, which is you. Focusing on what somebody else sitting in his house doing. Go build that yourself, bro. When I go out of my house, I ain't worried about the next person. I have, like, my brain is like this. I don't care what you're saying, bro. I'm focused. Don't get distracted. I don't want to understand what he's saying, because what he's saying, excuse me, it don't make no sense to me, bro. Yeah, you guys are born in that dream. If you guys leave all that other bullshit back and make good and better decisions, it's going to get better. And most of this come with self-discipline. If you grew in a home with no discipline, you're not going to think right.
The American dream, at least the way that I define it, is, you know, freedom of opportunity, freedom to choose what I want to do, freedom to acquire wealth the same way that anybody else can. Obviously, we're fighting the tides of time on that and our circumstances, but it's hard because it's hard to honor that, but then also want more for myself. And I think that as Black people, we're always teeter-tottering on that line of, like, well, am I American? Like, do I get the American dream, or do we just tear all this down and build something new? White people are not the only people entitled to the American dream.
They're
ever.
not. Yeah.
And I think that that's why we're all here, because our ancestors made it so that we can stand here and pursue that American dream.
I wouldn't have been here if it meant that it was not for everyone. I wouldn't have even entered America. You know, I feel like not just African, but other people as well in different countries. And from what I have seen, I've seen other people, even Africans and African Americans, succeeding in their own way. And that's why I feel like you said, you can interpret the American dream in a different way, whatever industry or whatever it is that you're focusing on, because there is a level of opportunity there. There is some way that you can be successful. You know, talking about Trevor Noah, you know, who took over The Daily Show, it wouldn't have been possible for him coming in as an African. He got his American dream. It made us as well, other Africans, believe that it is possible.
The American dream writes his check. So he gets to have wealth or whatever it is that he's experiencing, but the American dream is the one who writes his check, not him.
So how can you write their own check? Even the richest man in America, even if it's a white man, his check is still being written by somebody. Or unless you have the damn platform, and we still gonna give you that check. You don't go dig that check under your bed. Somebody gotta write that check to you, bro. Am I getting it wrong? I needed to do this with somebody, man. I needed to watch this with somebody. You know what I mean? I think it could have been better if I watch it with somebody, so that we can bring the minds together, because I don't know.
I agree with you. I agree with you. But do you see how we would put it as he had his American dream, even though someone writes his check? But for him, or for some of us looking at it on the other side, that's his American dream, because his goal was to get there.
And get that money and take care of others, bro. That's the dream. The dream is getting that paper and living that life and being able to take care of others. What other dream y'all want, bro? Once you have that money, you can live in a mansion, have the pool, have the nice cars. What other dream? You want to become a president or what, bro?
cultural shock I saw coming here was definitely the lifestyle, because the lifestyle I saw of America, especially Los Angeles, was portrayed as a very rich lifestyle. And of course, I came here as a student, and coming here, living here, and seeing the reality of it, seeing different homeless people, disadvantaged people, was really a cultural shock for me, because I didn't expect to see that. And I guess also the way people were handling each other, because coming in as an African, I thought people were together. But since being here, I saw that there was a huge divide, or there is still a huge divide within the African American community themselves.
It is a very big divide, bro. I'm going to tell y'all my first cultural shock that I received in America, bro. I should say homeless people. I didn't think like somebody would be homeless in America, bro. Oh my God. Yeah. I did not. I thought it was easy making money too. I didn't think you have to really put in the work. Another cultural shock that I received was I was working on the job, and there was the elderly lady that was working at that job like with me, so I call her mom. Because in Africa, if somebody's elderly than you cannot just call them like by their name the way we do in America. You have to give them some respect. So I was looking at her like, you're like my mom age. So, I call her mom. Oh my, what the I'm not your mom, did I above you? Do I look like I'm like, Jesus Christ. I'm like, I was just trying to give you, I don't give her. I was like, never again. Never again. I was like, what? And it was a black American.
If he had stayed in South Africa, would he have the same opportunity that he had here?
No.
So corporate is writing his check, but like us growing up, the reason we move here is because we don't have it better back home. For me, I'm the first person ever in my family in America. Everybody else is back home. Everybody is depending on me. All of them, my mom, she's dying to come here.
American
she's
dream.
willing to do anything just for her to be in America. So for me, when I look at those little things, I'm like, yeah, American dream is for everybody, we might not have the same opportunity as the white people, but there's still that little chance that a lot of us back home are willing to take just to get here.
I trust law enforcement.
I don't have a thing to say.
All right, can the disagreeer step forward?
Bro, I don't trust law enforcement. I did not, bro. I don't like cops. I don't like police officers. I respect them, but I will never choose to do that job. I would never. Because I've seen how the brutality they have back home here in America. I don't like them, bro. For a reason, I don't like them. I respect them for their services, but some of them take a lot of advantages and they use it wrongly. They overuse their power. Some of them take the advantage of that power and they misuse it. You know what I mean? So I don't like, maybe let me not say I don't like them, but I don't fuck with them. Let me put it like that. Maybe it's the same thing.
I got married to a young lady who did 15 years in prison for a robbery she didn't commit. I myself was incarcerated for 6 months for a burglary that I couldn't have committed because I was in prison. So in 1987, I'm doing 19 months in prison. When I came home in 1988, I was given a burglary charge and I had to sit 6 months. And the judge did not kick it out because...
That's one thing I don't like with the law system in America, bro. At times, it's like, they don't even want to listen. Especially when it comes to I watch a lot of child support, paternity tests. You could see a lady could just get up to the end, call the police that you did something to them. You're going to jail, bro. There's no judgment. You're going to jail. It don't matter if it's black or white lady. Your ass is going to jail. They could be like, you're the father of that child. Even if you never slept with that lady, bro, yes, you're going to be paying that damn child support. They're not even going to try to do the paternity test before putting you on child support. They don't care. Boom. You start paying that child support. You don't pay, you go to jail.
There's no way I could have done it. He kicked it out because they didn't serve me the warrant while I was in prison. So I don't trust them. They lie and they do things.
Yeah, they lie.
And it affects
They
our
don't
people.
care.
So many people I know who have been wrongfully arrested, wrongfully convicted, and they actually lie on the stand. So
Lie.
there's no trust.
As you guys know, I am from Richmond, Virginia. It was the
Even back
capital
home.
of the Confederate. I have been brutally abused by the police there. Like personally, I was at the river on the 4th of July. I don't smoke. I don't do none of that. The police come and arrest me because I look like a drug dealer. Like they arrested me.
What? The stereotype.
Then when I was in high school, my senior year, my father went to jail over a car accident. And I was left alone at 17 years old. I was grateful. One of my teachers took me in and like raised me. I try to stay away from the police as much as possible.
First of all, they're human beings, and I think that just because you put a badge on doesn't magically bewitch you with like integrity and a desire to actually help the people around you. I think a lot of times police culture comes from police families. It comes from like legacy lines and this whole like kind of like culture about stuff. I mean, I don't trust them any more than I would trust any other person. They haven't earned that necessarily, especially not as an institution. In its purest form, I think it's necessary, but they have a lot of living up to that to do and to make up for if they're gonna be trusted.
I've seen.
It's a lot of good police out there, don't get it twisted. It's a lot of good one, big. One can destroy the whole of them, bro. One. Just one. I know, we shouldn't make it like that, but it is what it is, man. We'll feel like it is what it is. Man, shout out to the officers out there.
Law enforcement here on
that are
social
doing good
media and
job.
seeing how they treat people of color, you know, from like hitting them. I mean, George Floyd, you know, rest in peace. But just seeing that from my experience being here, I was scared, you know, like every time I'd see a cop pass by, I'm like, okay, I better make sure I'm driving okay, you know, because I don't want to be stopped, or make sure you're not in any harm's way, you know. But it's sad to feel that pressure every time you see a cop going by. And even if they trying to help, but I wouldn't even want that help because of what I've been seeing on social media, you know, and also seeing the case of people being wrongfully, you know, taken to prison. That's like unfair. Like, what type of research are you doing before you arrest people?
And I immediately thought about the history of the police too, just tracing that back to slave patrols, which became our modern day police departments. And
the fact that like if you have a felony you can't vote, like that to me is like, talk about the loss of the American dream. Like you
I know, when you have a felony, you can't vote, you can't even have a gun to protect yourself. But bro, you're still paying them taxes. You're still paying taxes. Why can't they just be like, you're not going to pay no tax? Make that make sense. Make that make sense. Because most of these rappers, a lot of them are felons. And they make a hell lot of money and they pay a lot of in tax. And they can't vote. They lose their right to vote, bro.
You are a citizen of this country, you should always have a right to vote.
We are obsessed with race in America.
We are upset with race. Move forward. Why they keep putting the home on this man?
I think that word obsessed is such an interesting word, and I think that the way that question is framed is almost as if it's like the onus is on us, like we're obsessed with race too much. Like, no, white people are obsessed with race in this country. They've made their laws based on it. They've cast us out because of it. They've like destroyed entire groups of people because of it. So, I mean, we're just living in the ripple effects of the stones that were cast in the pond of history. So we're just reacting to it. So we would rather just be human beings and American citizens and, you know, people that are pursuing an American dream. We'd rather not have to think about race, but that, we did not draw first blood on that.
what else do you expect?
Yeah, like, I
given the
mean,
history?
I'm not
Like,
obsessed.
yeah.
For me, being in America give me an opportunity to like meet and like discover
Different
so
cultures.
many different culture that I would never see if I was in my country. I would just like maybe hear about it on the news. Yes, I agree. I think they are very obsessed with race. Even when you do like an easy application, like it doesn't matter what application you do, they want to know your race. They want to know, you know, why they don't have a category for Africans. You know?
That's why I'm checking out.
We're Africans, American, man.
They want to know everything.
The thing that pissed me off the most is that when they see you, And they'll be like, oh, you have an accent. Where are you from? Like, who cares where I'm from? Just sell me this thing and let me keep going.
And then when you tell them that you're African, they be like, what country?
Yeah, they're so obsessed with where you're from.
She like Wakanda.
Like,
I don't believe that there's an obsession about race in America. I believe that race is a distraction to hide the power, the wealth, and the access to it. So a lot of times there's something put on the table, like a rock being thrown, and I hold my hand, and that's the racism between black and whites, between blacks and Hispanic, and other cultures have come here. We'll talk about race just so that we don't have access to the power and the wealth, and I think it's done on purpose. There's a power that allows us to talk about race.
Now when I go anywhere, they ask me what's your race, I'm going to put I'm white. What about that? What about that? I'm just going to think I'm white.
If we don't look past it.
some of the question prompts that I see differently, and then when I hear somebody say it, I'm like, that actually makes sense coming from their perspective. So it's been really beautiful having this conversation with you guys. You guys are very knowledgeable, and I've learned a whole lot from each and every one of you today.
Going into this with like the title of the series, like African versus African American, I think that like people were gonna come in thinking that we were gonna be like guns blazing, but this is such a beautiful display of unity. I love it. It like gave me so much life today.
I love the conversation, man. It's a very great one. I love it. Like, woo. This is a conversation that before you even get into it, man, you gotta be ready, cause it's gonna be a lot of people out there that are ready to cut head and chop head for what you're gonna say. You know what I mean? A lot of people get canceled for things like this. So you gotta really be careful, because the world is very sensitive. It don't matter if you're speaking the truth or you're just saying, but at the end of the day, it's how everyone feels. Everyone is giving their opinion. So I don't think anybody should be looked down due to their opinion. You feel how you feel, I feel how I feel, she feel how she feel, that feel how they feel. You know what I mean? It's a conversation. I don't think... So when I watched how they were canceling Kanye West, I didn't think that was a good thing, but at the same time, that's how they feel, and they thought that was what it was good for them to be do. So y'all watch it and y'all let me know your thought in the comment section, man. It was a great conversation. I love it. How they conversated instead of arguing. So y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comment section.